Right now, it is 11:59 and 12 seconds at night. You have 48 seconds left. Not 48 seconds until this video ends. 48 seconds until you disappear completely. Every person you have ever loved, every war ever fought, every song anyone has ever hummed under their breath, all of it folded into the last sliver of a single day. That is what happens if you take the entire life of planet Earth, from the moment it formed to the moment it dies, and compress it into 24 hours. Every hour becomes hundreds of millions of years. Every second becomes tens of thousands. And on that clock, human beings do not show up until 11:59 and 12 seconds at night. Why so late? Why does a species that built cities, wrote symphonies, and sent machines to Mars only get 48 seconds out of an entire day? To understand that, we have to go back to the very first second on the clock. Picture this. It is midnight. The clock has just started. There is no ocean in front of you. There is no sky the way you know it. There is only heat, a red and orange horizon boiling under a poison atmosphere, and rock that has not finished cooling since the planet was born. This is Earth at hour zero, 4.5 billion years ago, and nothing here can breathe, drink, or survive for more than a few seconds. Then something falls from the sky. Not once, thousands of times. Asteroids and comets, carrying ice locked inside their cores, slam into the surface for millions of years straight. Slowly, brutally, they deliver something this planet did not have: water. It pools in craters. It spreads. Somewhere around 0045 on the clock, the first oceans begin to form. But the impacts leave behind something else too. Heavy metal, sinking through the molten rock toward the center of the planet, pooling into a churning ball of liquid iron at Earth's core. That spinning iron core does something remarkable. It generates a magnetic field, an invisible shield wrapping the entire planet, deflecting the radiation that would otherwise sterilize everything on the surface. Remember that shield. It matters later, because one day it will fail, and when it does, it will take almost everything down with it. For now though, the planet just sits there, waiting. A ball of water and rock with no life on it at all. Then, around 01 o'clock on the clock, something starts happening in the shallow water and the cracks of the seafloor. Tides pull the ocean back and forth. Lightning cracks across the sky. Heat rises from vents deep underwater. And somewhere in that chaos, a molecule called RNA starts copying itself. It is not alive, not really, but it can make more of itself, which is the first step toward being alive at all. By hour 02 o'clock, that early chemistry stabilizes into something sturdier: DNA, a better, more reliable way to store the instructions for life. And by hour 03 o'clock, something appears that will quietly rewrite the entire planet. Cyanobacteria, tiny organisms that discover how to turn sunlight into energy, releasing a waste product as they do it. That waste product is oxygen. Here's the strange part. Oxygen was actually poison to early life. It was a toxic gas to germs that grew in a world without it. About 2.5 billion years ago, oxygen levels spiked, killing almost everything in sight. Yet the life that survived found a secret. Used correctly, oxygen provided massive energy. It became the fuel that made all complex life possible. Think about it. The very thing that should have killed everything on Earth actually ended up saving it. Around hour 05 o'clock, a brutal ice age freezes the planet. Isolated, struggling single-celled organisms do the unprecedented. They merge, sharing tasks like energy and defense to function as a single unit. This is the first flicker of multicellular life, born not from comfort, but from a planet trying to kill everything on it. For hours after that, nothing dramatic seems to happen. Just slow, quiet evolution, life inching forward one generation at a time. Then, at hour 10:30 on the clock, something happens that still puzzles scientists today. In just 2 minutes on our clock, about 10 million years, the animal kingdom erupts. Shells, legs, eyes, spines. Predators and prey arrive, armed with claws and armor. This is the Cambrian Explosion. In 1909, geologist Charles Walcott found the evidence in the Canadian Rockies, the Burgess Shale. Buried there lay thousands of alien fossils, an entire vanished world trapped in stone. Why did evolution suddenly speed up like that? Nobody has a complete answer. Some say it was oxygen finally reaching a critical level. Some say it was the evolution of eyes, which meant animals could suddenly see their predators, and predators could suddenly see their prey. and an arms race began. Whatever caused it, the rules of life on Earth changed permanently in about 2 minutes. But full-body plans arriving fast does not mean the danger is over. It means the stakes just got higher. Between hour 1050 and hour 1150, Earth is hit by 5 separate mass extinctions: comets, massive volcanic eruptions, sudden climate collapse. Each one erases a staggering percentage of everything alive. During the second of these extinctions, around hour 11, the oceans become so hostile that some fish are pushed toward the shallows, gasping at air, evolving primitive lungs just to survive. These become the first amphibians, the first creatures on Earth to crawl onto land and stay there. By hour 1120, dinosaurs have taken over the planet, and quietly, almost unnoticed, the very first mammals appear alongside them. Small, fast, easy to overlook. For millions of years they stay that way, living in the shadows of animals 100 times their size. Then comes the fifth extinction, at hour 1150 on the clock. About 66 million years ago, an asteroid roughly 6 miles wide slams into the Yucatan Peninsula in what is now Mexico, near a site geologists call Chicxulub. The impact is so violent, it ends the age of dinosaurs entirely, wiping out 3/4 of all species on Earth in a geological instant. And this is the part that should make you pause. If that asteroid misses Earth by a few 100,000 miles, dinosaurs are still here. Mammals stay small, stay hidden, stay prey. There is no human standing here talking to you right now. Your entire existence depends on a rock that could easily have missed. But it did not miss. And with the dinosaurs gone, mammals finally have room to grow, spread, and evolve into everything from whales to wolves to us. Still, us does not show up for a long, long time. It is not until hour 11:59 and 12 seconds, 48 seconds before midnight, that the first human ancestors appear. In 1974, in a dry riverbed in Hadar, Ethiopia, researchers uncovered the partial skeleton of one of them, a small, upright walking hominid they nicknamed Lucy, roughly 3.5 million years old. She is one small data point in a story that on this clock is only just beginning. And here is where it gets super fast. In the final seconds before midnight, humans spread across the world. Soon, we start farming and stay in one place. Cities rise, we invent writing, empires fall. In the final blink, we build machines, light up the dark, and go from horse carts to phones in your pocket. Every war, every language, every person who has ever been born. All of it happens in less than 1 second out of a 24-hour day. That is why you only get 48 seconds. You were never late. You are simply how this story ends up looking, once nearly everything else that could go wrong already has. But midnight is not the end of the clock. It just means we've caught up to now. Push the clock forward, past midnight, into hours that have not happened yet, and the story turns dark again. By hour 1300, a billion years from now, carbon dioxide levels will drop too low for plants to live. When the plants go, the food chain breaks, and animal life begins to disappear. Somewhere between hour 1430 and hour 1600, the planet's molten iron core, the same one that formed in the very first hour, will finally cool and solidify completely. Remember that magnetic shield we talked about at the start? This is where it fails. Without a churning liquid core, there is no more magnetic field. Solar wind, unblocked for the first time in over 4 billion years, tears away at the atmosphere and slowly boils the oceans into space. The planet that built you goes quiet. No air, no water, no shield. Then, at hour 2230, something massive happens. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, crashes into its neighbor, Andromeda. Stars fly into new paths, and gravity changes the sky. If Earth is still there, it gets trapped in a crash between 2 giant galaxies, each filled with billions of stars. And finally, at exactly hour 2400-0, 4.5 billion years from now, the Sun, the same star that once warmed the very first ocean, has grown old and swollen into a red giant. It expands outward, past Mercury, past Venus, until it reaches the orbit where Earth used to matter. The planet is consumed. Not damaged, not scarred. Gone. The clock runs out. 24 hours, 9 billion years. One planet, born from fire, drowned in ocean, cracked open by explosions of life and extinction, and erased in the end by the very star that gave it a chance in the first place. And somewhere in there, tucked into 48 seconds that almost didn't happen, is every single thing you have ever known. Right now, it's 11:59 and 12 seconds. You have 48 seconds left. But the clock doesn't stop at midnight. It keeps going, long after you're gone, counting down toward an ending none of us will ever see. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.